Hello everyone and welcome back to series 2. So here we're looking at calligraphy, writing in text, and how we can use perhaps the flower project and incorporate that within this new work. So this artist is Yasmin and she did AS. This was part actually of her GCSE project, but I thought it would still help. So this is a flower painting, which is her source material, and then from this source material she used the colours and the flowers in the background, and again took a word, papers, turned it upside down in a repeat pattern. Looking at the word papers again, she's used flowers like in a step formation, and she's repeated the word papers. So this is something that you could do. You don't have to leave the background of your work white. You could also, this is reference material here, maybe you've got a plant in your garden, front garden of your house or near your house. I think this was taken near school. And the colours of this, she used in the background here, and then used her own handwriting, her normal handwriting, to work on top of this. And it could be a saying that you use or part of a poem. And then the last one, taking an element that she wears, her scarf, because it was winter, and she's used the text behind and the scarf on top. So this could be part of the fashion, sorry, my finger, I hurt my finger. This could be part of the fashion piece of work, as well as using text. Carrying on, another part of Yasmin's work, where she's used the word paper. She's wrote the word several times on the paper in her own handwriting, and on top of that, using a black thick marker, she's put the word papers. Here again, this is raffia, I think, and she's used watercolour. And then this has got some texture on it. So these are just giving you some ideas of what you could use and how you could use the text. Again, those of you who did the dress project, no reason why you can't put the text into a dress. Here she's used a cold colour, using watercolour and watercolour paper, and a warm colour. Here she's used, what was that? I think it maybe was a part of a rubber or something. Let me see. And she's produced this. And here we are here. Okay. So I'll just, and she followed the artist, Susan Shee. Okay, so it's a little bit about the artist. Okay. I'll just show you that page now. She actually branched off into fashion and used the, if you can see the text into fashion pieces. I'm not asking you to do this, it's part of her work, and these are things that she drew herself. And then she did a shoe. Okay? So I hope that just gives you some ideas of the things that you can do with typography, with words, with letters. And then I've just got one more student's work. This is the student's page, that's how it looks. And we're going to zoom in. So she did a piece of work on Jasper Jones. And this one she used acrylic. And then looking at some Indian patterns, or you could look at some Zentangle. She also looked at Sama al-Bada, do you see here, as we have done. And then combining the two into a word. See, so she's used the blue and she's used the patterns. That would be classed as development. And then above, here, she looked at work by Kuwaiti artist Farah Bebehani. You can Google this artist. This work here is actually stitched. It's beautiful. Okay, and what I asked them to do here was use warm colours. So she's chose a cold composition here, and she's actually used warm colours. And then what she's actually done here is using now the cold colours. This is a piece of applique, and that's her name in Arabic, which is Athera. And applique is adding one piece of fabric on top of another and stitching it down. So she's done that very carefully. And then the last one here, she's used a hot glue gun onto some wax paper. You have to do this on wax paper because you don't want the hot glue to stick onto the paper. And you actually draw out a letter and then go over it with the hot glue. You do need quite a lot of sticks. And then when it's dry, peel it off. So this is glue. Okay, so I'll just show you that. And then this is a letter that she did using a knife, inspired by Jasper Jones. And it's the first time I think that she used a knife. So that's one which was done on watercolour paper, and she's put a splash of paint in the background. And then on this one, which is the letter I, she's actually used text. Again, using the hot glue gun, she's coloured in the background first, or maybe she did it last, I can't remember. And then applied hot wax on top, and then let it dry. This one's done with bleach. This one didn't turn out that well. This is done with some bleach and watercolour paint and glitter and patterns. And this one is done with pointillism, but I'm not actually sure what she used to do these big dots and little dots. Can you see? It's really nice. And Monet is a good one for pointillism. Okay, so you can see the different range of techniques and mediums used. So this is all part of A2 and A3. This is what will get you the marks when you start to experiment with an idea. I hope this helps.